Okay, a very good day to our sir for BBI 2423. My name is Wishu Wen. My matrix number is 194190.
My name is Seung Yan Jin. My matrix number is 192145.
My name is Rosmarina Adiba binti Nazri and my matric number is 193845.
My name is Ifa Umaira. My matric number 193766.
My name is Chong Yan Ting. My matrix number is 193245.
Okay, today our discussion theme is about the climate change, and our focus is about people believe that climate change will bring only negative effect. What is your point? Okay, shall we start our discussion?
Yes.
Okay. Adiba, what is your point?
In my point, I think that it's not all about negative effect for the climate change. It also have positive effect on the climate change. For example, it is good for archaeologists to find a new artifact that is well preserved, such as they find a mammoth frozen in Siberia for 39,000 years ago that is well preserved. So they can take the cell from the mammoth because it is well preserved and the tissue still there. So it can find some. It's good for the biologists also.
Okay, but I not agree with your point because I think that when the iceberg melt, the sea level will increase. The sea level increase, this might cause the flood to a country which have a lower sea level. And there's a article state that the Maldives, if the water level continue rising, the Maldives will be covered. That's not that we don't have the good vacation location.
Okay.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you some point, but it still have the positive effect for the ice melt.
Okay. Your points, yeah, do have your point, but for me, I agree with Suvan that climate change brings negative effects, and then I have a point that climate change will cause drought because climate change means that unusual weather pattern, so means that some days will be very hot. So like for some countries during summer they will cause, if very hot temperature increase will cause drought, which will cause there's no water, so the soil will become dry, so no harvest, so will cause food shortage, which is famine, so that people will starving because of no food.
Yeah, right. In my opinion, I believe that climate change may give negative impact to human health, especially warmer climate, because it can increase the risk of illness and death from the hot weather, extreme hot weather, and also poor air quality. Okay. Our body may be shocked with the extreme change in temperature. For example, lately our Malaysia have a very high temperature until 42 degrees Celsius, and if it get into more serious, it can cause death also, because it can make people feel fever and also heat stroke.
Yeah, because I agree with Ifa. I heard that few months ago the Australia is getting high temperature until 50 something degrees Celsius, and this caused many people dead.
Well, I disagree with you, because I think the negative effect is just a small effect of the global warming. I think that climate change will bring more habitable area to us, as we know that the habitable area of our planet are limited. Therefore, there are more cold places than hot places in our planet. Lots of the people are live around the equator, and there are no ones live on the poles. And according to the global growth rates, say that the global growth rate is increased every year, especially in China and India. Therefore, most of the people face the problems on accommodations. With the increase in temperature, we can get more habitable space such as in Canada, Greenland, and Siberia. As we know that these three countries actually is a very big country, but most of their space are not developed yet due to the temperature is not suitable for us to survive. If the temperature increase, then the area temperature will be decreased, and I think that it will become more suitable for us to live. How about you?
I do agree with you. So that also the scientists will invent a new technology for them to most suit the climate change. It's just like maybe there will be more ship, the transportation on water. They can build that so that we also can avoid the trouble that will come. Did you agree with me?
Yeah, both of you do have the point, but do you think about animals? Because climate change will cause extinction of some animals. For example, they have the most effects is polar bear, because polar bear stay North Pole, which Arctic. When climate change will cause the ice to melt, just like Sulan said that the sea level will increase because of the ice melt. So if the ice melt means that the polar bear have no habitat, they have no land, so they have to force themselves to swim in the sea. But polar bear cannot stay in the water too long, they need a land for them. So if ice melt means that a lot of them will die. Another reason that will cause the polar bear to die because of climate change is due to the hot weather. Because climate change will increase temperature, the fur of the polar bear is very thick, and they have thick what you call fat, so they cannot survive in hot weather.
Yeah, you
So
are absolutely right. I agree with you. It same goes to human. Human also have ideal body temperature. So what is the use of technology if the human that will use the technology are sick?
Yeah, you have point there. But just like we have air conditioner and also heater. I know that we cannot cure the sick people, but we can prevent them from
Sorry
sick.
to interrupt. Just like you say that we do have the air conditioner, but do you know that the air conditioner, when you use it, the gases produced it might spoil, it might damage our ozone layer. When there's an ozone layer damage, that will cause a great climate change some more.
Yeah, you got point there.
And also, I'm not agree with your point, which is said that when climate change will bring the benefit to human by increase the habitat places. Because as my point said before, when the climate change happen, the iceberg at the pole will melt. The sea level will be rising. When the sea level rising, there's quite a lot of place in our Earth.
Sorry for interrupt.
Can you let me continue my point?
Okay.
Okay. When the sea level rising and our Earth have a many low sea level places. Sea level risings will cover all the places. This means that human will lose the habitat.
Well, for your just now you say about the water risings, that once, according to statistics, say that if global warming occur until 2100 years, the increase in habitable area is probably as much as 100 times larger than the amount of land we will lose due to water rising. As this one you can check out for yourselves on those global warming sea level increase simulations. 1 meter, they say that 1 meter water risings increase, only very little cost disappear. Therefore, I still stand on my point that climate change will bring more positive effects than negative effects. Besides that, about what Yanjing said just now, for the animal extinctions, I disagree with you, because in my point, I think that if some of the animal may face the problem of extinction, and at the same time some of the animal may disappear due to the climate change, and for the polar bear face the problem on their place to live, I think that we can build more zoos that have the air conditioner to them so they can live.
I disagree with you, because if you install build more zoo, and because even though aircon, they also cannot, for polar bear they also cannot live, because they are wild animal, so you cannot prison them in a cage, like they will cause them to die, or they have a disease on them, because a polar bear is a wild animal.
Sorry to interrupt, but then Chang Yanting, can you give me an example for what's your point about the increase in habitat?
As I have mentioned just now, the statistics say that if the climate change occurs, the habitable area can be increased in Canada, Siberia, and Greenland. As the area is actually very big, but there are still many undeveloped places due to the low temperature.
Oh, I see. But then you just give three countries only. But don't you think that all of the countries are facing the dangers of the climate change?
Yeah, I do agree with Ifa. Okay, you say that when the climate change will increase the temperature so that the Canada, Siberia, and Greenland can increase the habitat. How about Africa? Is a really hot temperature and you increase some more. Is it a suitable habitat for the human to live in?
I think I agree with you, because they might have no habitat in the Africa, because due to the the very, very hot temperature.
I think that in Africa, the people already adapt to their hot temperature, so I think this is not a big problem for them.
But the human body also have the limits for the temperature, so we cannot assume that the human and animals can live at a very hot temperature.
Sorry to interrupt, but we are talking about the very extreme hot weather and very extreme cold weather. So, am I right so far?
Yeah, you got the point.
Okay, so to conclude our discussion, most of us agree that climate change have more negative effects. So one of the negative effects is drought. Climate change will cause drought because increase of temperature and flood, disappear of some places, and then will cause human health. So
human health.
Okay. That's all for us. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Just to share